Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today I'm going to make my no-fail pastry. Now this is a rich shortcrust pastry and this is my recipe. It's a no-fail as in when you actually put it in anything, if you tear it, you can patch up immediately and it cooks perfectly. So this is my no-fail shortcrust rich pastry. Let's show you how to do this. Right guys, like I say, this is the pastry I use all the time for everything, for pies, and to make sweet pastry you add a tablespoon of sugar. That's all it is. This is a no-fail pastry that works every time. This is my recipe and I enjoy making any pies with this recipe. So let's get on with it. Right, in our bowl we have our flour. It's all-purpose flour, not been sieved, nothing, just chucked in the bowl. Okay, to our all-purpose flour we're going to chuck in some salt. Boom, salt in. And then you can either have butter or margarine, entirely up to you. Get that in there. And I'm using shortening, so get your shortening in there. Now this is very similar to the basic shortcrust pastry we have on the site already, but this is my own personal favourite. We got some sugar. If you're making a sweet pastry, okay, the idea would be to put the sugar in the water. Dissolve it in there as much as you can. Now it doesn't have to be dissolved in there completely, you know, it just makes it a little bit easier if there's no lumps of sugar floating around in your pastry. So obviously if you're making a sweet crust pastry you add this 1 tablespoon of sugar to your water. If you're making just the rich shortcrust pastry you don't put the sugar in. Common sense. Okay, and we have an egg. Okay, 1 egg. Now the egg wants to be beaten a little bit before we put it in there. I know I'm using the end of the spoon, but hey, you can beat an egg with anything. Okay, that's enough. And we want 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so add that to your water. What we need to do now guys, we need to mix in the fat with our flours before we add our wet ingredients. It's easy as that. So just turn in your flour and just give it a little mix in. Turning this into breadcrumbs. Okay, we want a breadcrumb consistency. It's the same as any shortcrust pastry. Now obviously if everything's cold it's better, you know. It's 37 degrees today here, but we're still going to make pastry. Okay, light hands, lift up, give it a little roll in, nice and steady. Give it a little mix through. It's not hard. You know, all these people, everything's got to be so cold, so cold. Well, what do you do in a hot country? It's cobblers. Absolute cobblers. So we'll get our fats mixed in with our flour. Nice little breadcrumbs in there before we start adding our wet ingredients. Okay, I'm not going to be bothered about going too far, look, that's enough. Okay, in with our water, in with our egg, get our egg in there, and then we just bring it in and make into a pastry. It's so easy. Now you can use a spoon if you wish, you know, saves you getting mucky, but you're going to have to get your hands in eventually. So bring our pastry together, guys. It's really easy actually. And that's our pastry brought together. Let's just get rid of some of this fats off here. Oh, there's our pastry done. It looks a bit damp, whatever, but it's absolutely 100% fail safe. It's a really, really nice pastry. Okay, it's not dry, it's not wet. That is fantastic pastry. In the bowl, squash down as per normal. Same as my other video, squash it down, and then we're going to wrap it in cling film. Now, I can't get this bowl in my fridge, it's too big. So we're going to wrap the dough. So just take some cling film, dump your pastry on your cling film. Then all we need to do, guys, is wrap it up. So that's our pastry. Now, what I always do, I always give it a little flattening out in there, you know, into like a disc shape. Because then when you come to put this in the fridge and it chill, and then you take it out to roll, you put it out and you've already got that round disc shape to start before you start rolling. Always, if you can get into the habit of doing that, it makes it easier for you. So there's our pastry, guys. Simple as that. 4 minutes, finished. In the fridge. There we are, guys. That's got to be the quickest pastry video on the internet. You know, couple of minutes, finished. Now, this is my rich shortcrust, no fail pastry. Many people make pastry their own way. This is my way. If you like what we're doing, like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff, and we'll catch you in the next video.